Member for Longman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise tonight to speak on the overwhelmingly pressing issue of national security. The current climate was tragically underscored overnight with the tragic episode in Melbourne that left one man dead and two police officers battling grievous injuries. At this time of elevated alert, our police and security agencies need to know that they have our support and gratitude. They are expertly trained, committed beyond belief, and courageous without exception. They are at the front lines of a nation and its government, irrespective of political persuasion. They will always hold the protection of Australians as priority number one. Madam Speaker, it is even broader, more united and stronger than that, in so much that our political and community leaders stand together against all threats to our nation. Our combined defiance sends the staunchest message that Australians will not cave into fear. We will continue to go about our lives as a decent, fair and value-laden people, an inclusive and accepting people. We will not have our heads turned by self-styled doctrines which preach fear and hate. Madam Speaker, the government will do whatever is required to keep our people safe. Australians should have confidence that our police, security and intelligence agencies have the skill and professionalism that stay ahead of those who harbour hideous ulterior motives. Hostilities in Syria and northern Iraq have managed to entice to the battleground a minority subset of alienated Australians. These conflicts have broken new ground in their level of brutality. Almost every imaginable crime against humanity has been perpetrated. Conveyed across social media and a sleepless media cycle, we get the news of these horrors so fast that we don't have time to turn them off. From lone beheadings to genocidal forays, the imagery is heartbreaking and regrettably vivid. It is imperative that Australia responds as it has, ready as part of an international coalition to assist the Iraqi government in grinding down the will and capacity of the murderous ISIL movement. Madam Speaker, how can a cause, movement or ideology of any description justifiably slaughter innocent people? Let's be clear about this. Extremists do not raise their fist at Australia over any resentment about our foreign policy. The reality is that the freedoms we espouse, including freedom of religion, are an anathema to those who would teach intolerance and retribution for not adhering to their heavily prescribed views. Our freedom and the harmony found within it is what threatens them. Madam Speaker, an Australian ISIL operative last week instructed his followers in a demonstration of their loyalty to randomly seize people from Australian streets and commit murder. The plot was intercepted in a superior demonstration from security, intelligence and law enforcement. It showed the degree of our vigilance and determination. We are up to the task, and yet we will do the job of keeping our people safe without allowing our psyches to be penetrated by their vengeful thoughts. That may be the way for some, Madam Speaker, but it is not the way for this great country. In August, the government committed an additional $630 million to national security. We are moving to amend laws which we will implement in the future to help prevent potential terrorists from occupying our streets and suburbs. Australians who are proven to have fought with terrorist groups will be jailed for no small period. We will preserve our nation as one of peace, of hope and opportunity. As the Prime Minister said in this place, we may yet draw something from our current security challenges to make us even better. The Prime Minister said, "It is not too much, surely, to expect that our world might finally and fully grasp that it is never right to kill people because they have a different view of God. If the all but universal revulsion towards the ISIL horror has this result, good might finally emerge despite the pointless death and dislocation that confronts us now." Thank you, Madam Speaker.